Here's example number 75,622.562 of race baiting with no facts to back it up at all. Here's a tweet by an attorney, Benjamin Crump, who there was another police shooting in Ohio yesterday of a woman who was caught on a police camera with a knife appearing to get ready to stab another woman. Here's the tweet at Attorney Crump. As we breathed a collective sigh of relief today, a community in Columbus felt the sting of another police shooting as the Columbus police killed an unarmed 15-year-old black girl named Ma'Khia Bryant. Another child lost. Another hashtag. So if you believe Attorney Benjamin Crump, clear to mention race here as well in the tweet, the police killed an unarmed 15-year-old black girl, which would infuriate you if you were a sane, rational person. My gosh, why would they do that? The New York Times was even kind enough to quote the tweet, but they left the part out. This is fascinating. Here's a piece from the New York Times. Teenage girl fatally shot by police in Columbus, officials say. They quote Benjamin Crump's tweet, but they left a certain part out. I'll tell you why in a minute. Here's what the New York Times wrote, quoting the tweet again. Quote, as we breathed a collective sigh of relief today, a community in Columbus felt the sting of another police shooting, Mr. Crump said. Quote, another child lost, another hashtag. That's really interesting because they left the whole unarmed part out, the New York Times. Why? If the police shot an unarmed 15-year-old girl, that's something we in the public, the police have a monopoly on the use of force. Every use of force incident that results in injury or death should be scrutinized. Why did they leave the unarmed part out, the New York Times, in Crump's tweet? Because if you look at this photo, a still shot from the officer's body cam, highlighted there, the 15-year-old girl's hand, you will see a knife in a mid-stab motion. Keep that up a second because it's going to require some extra scrutiny here. So Crump suggested in his tweet that this 15-year-old girl was unarmed. Unless that is some magical extension of her right hand, some kind of superhero power she has we're unaware of, that looks like a knife to me. In case you doubt me, because we do actual facts, unlike Ben Crump, the New York Times, and others, here is the full video. Forgive me for the grainy video. It was taken from a press conference yesterday. Here is, by the way, just again, viewer discretion heavily advised you. I do not edit these videos. You are entitled to see them as the officer saw them because there are people out there trying to cause a race war in this country because they misinform you and you are entitled to see the truth. I'm going to play this video. It's about 15 seconds of the officer's body cam confronting this 15-year-old girl who in this photo, as you just saw, appears to be in a mid-stab motion with a knife. I'm going to play the video now. Again, viewer discretion advised.
What's going on? What's going on? Hey, get down! Get down! Get down!
Tragic? Of course. Of course. Now, of course, we have the uninformed Dunning-Kruger crowd who know nothing about policing. But Geraldo, who says, I don't know, he had dinner with a police captain once. That's his claim to fame in policing. There he took a ride along. He took a ride along once. Here's Geraldo jumping right on this because that's what he does best. At Geraldo Rivera on his social media account here on Twitter. As the Chauvin verdict's coming down, Columbus, Ohio cops shot and killed Ma'Khia Bryant, a black 16-year-old girl in the act of trying to stab two other girls with a kitchen knife. Say, all right, well. And he goes on. The body cam footage shows 3 or 4 shots fired, killing the troubled kid. Knife found lying by her body. Why no taser? Oh, my gosh. Can't take this guy anymore. Folks, by the way, just before I get, for some of you out there who think, I get this a lot on email and social media. If you think these confrontations I have with him are staged or some kind of like Fox News thing where we're all in cahoots, like, hey, let's have a fake argument on TV. I'm telling you on everything in my heart, my soul, on my integrity, I'll mail you my write-up. There is nothing staged about any of that. I genuinely dislike Geraldo's really stupid opinions on these matters. If you think that's an act, you don't know me. I'm getting tired of Dunning-Kruger ignoramuses who don't understand anything about use of force continuums and haven't spent 5 minutes in policing, calling out a cop who literally probably just saved a woman's life who was about to be stabbed. When someone is using force that could result in a serious physical injury, a knife in the hand, or death, can we all agree that a knife is a means to inflict serious physical injury or death? Can we just stop a second and process that? Does anyone listening to the show seriously question that? That if you are stabbed, the injury will be serious or you could die. Anyone? When you engage in an activity, a stabbing or potential stabbing, that could cause a serious physical injury or death, which we all agree a knife is, police use of force rules pretty much all over the world dictate that the officer can use deadly force to stop you from killing some or seriously physically injuring someone else. Geraldo clearly doesn't know that because a taser is not deadly force. Deadly force is authorized in situations like that to stop the killing of another person. A police officer, listen to me here, please. Geraldo, open your ears for a minute. Take the cotton out of your ears and stick it in that mouth of yours. A police officer is under no obligation whatsoever to use an equal amount of force in a scenario where a serious physical injury could result. You may say to yourself, that doesn't sound right, Dan. Does it? You sure? It doesn't sound right? So you're suggesting to me if a woman pulls out a knife and is in mid-stab, from all appearances from that video in the still shot, could kill the woman, right? And probably would. You're suggesting that the officer should do what? Take out his own knife and engage in a knife fight? Like this is some kind of Zorro movie? Are you really that stupid? Police are authorized to use a superseding amount of force to stop someone from killing or seriously physically injuring someone else. If you're bashing someone in the head with a baseball bat and the fatal blow is coming down, you're suggesting the police officer should get out his PR-24 baton and engage in like a stick fight? Like this is a Dan in a Santo Arnis seminar? Are you really that stupid? Unfortunately, some people are. And believe me, I have the dumbest tweet I have ever seen in the history of stupid tweets coming up next. I'm not kidding. This is saying a lot. Showing you again, Dunning-Kruger, how the least competent people opine on subjects they have no knowledge about and do it with the most confidence, i.e. Geraldo. Oh, my gosh, can we get back to a sane, normal society for just 5 minutes, please? Take a breather here.